I open the sketchbook. No brief yet, just the page. The morning studio is mine to start. The light comes in from the north side glass. I sketch the shape before I know it and let the intuition pass. The reference board is up and waiting. The problem sits inside my hand. I have done this long enough to know the first line is where all things land. The jazz groove opens the morning easily, the guitar warm and forward in the mix. I sketch the first shape and then the second, and the studio does its early tricks. Sketch is not the finished thing, it is the thing that makes the finished thing possible. It clears the obvious path so the right path becomes accessible. I filled 2 pages with the first sketches, and none of them are what I need, but all of them are necessary, and the 3rd page opens at the proper speed. The studio holds the sketching process in the way that only studios can. I am a designer in the morning session, becoming one sketch at a time, the plan. The first sketch is the bravest one because it has no precedent. It is the line you make before you know what the line is meant to represent. And from that line, the next line follows. And from that, the shape. And from the shape, the object. And the object is what you came here to make. I fill the 3rd page with the sketch that answers. The studio light confirms it warm and clear. The first sketch session opened what the day needs, and now I know exactly why I am here. The north light is the designer's light. It does not move across the day. It stays exactly what it was at morning and holds the color true all the way. I have arranged the desk to face it, the drafting board angled to the north wall. The north light tells me what the color is, and the color tells me what the form should call. The piano plays more melodically this track. It mirrors the design studio's permission. The creative space allows the slightly more expressive, and the melody confirms the mission. Studio north light is the constant against which everything else is measured. The client's reference and the printed sample and the screen are all north light treasured. I work through the session in the north light, and every decision is more accurate. The north light is the studio's commitment to the truth of what the colors are. The piano follows its own small arc today, more melody than the pure focus session. The north light allows us, which is the creative with skylights facing properly. The modern studios build it in electronically, but the old ones have it properly. I prefer the old studios with the old north light, where the ceiling goes high and the light comes clean. The piano confirms the preference with its melody, and the studio is exactly what it has always been. The north light holds through the afternoon, which is why the studio faces north. I finished the session in the unchanging light and carry the work back and forth.
The pencil, HB. The paper, blank. Dieter's room is the room of the essential, where nothing that does not need to be there is. The pencil on the desk is HB precisely because HB is the right pencil and it is his. I work in the dieter mode this session, removing before adding, always first. Every element earns its place or leaves, and the remaining elements are the best. The piano notes are placed with the same logic, each one in the position it must be. No decoration, no unnecessary motion, just the note that the silence needs to see. The 10 principles are on the wall, not framed because frames are unnecessary. They are printed simply and placed at eye level, and the session proceeds accordingly. Good design is innovative, is useful, is aesthetic, understandable, and expressive, is honest, durable, thorough, environmentally friendly, and it is as little design as it has to be. The celeste marks the removing of the element that did not need to be there after all. The piano holds the space where the removed thing was, and the work is better for the removal's call. As little design as possible means as much thought as necessary. The data room requires the extra thinking that the simpler surface makes necessary. I have been too complex in this work, and the data room shows me where every element that does not need to be there is an argument you have not won yet there. The pencil, HB. The paper, less full. The celeste marks the finished dieter session. I carry out less than I brought in, and the work is better for the subtraction lesson.
Two hours in and I am building. The lines are coming faster now. I do not know exactly how it looks yet, but I am showing something how. The reference board has shifted meaning. The idea is outside the brief. I follow it because I know the honest work is past belief. The jazz groove is at its most expressive here. The roads plays its most open voice sings. The flow state is the studio at its peak, and everything is making its own choices. This is the hour that makes it worth it, when the making overtakes the plan, when I forget that I am working and just become the working hand. The brief falls away and the thing remains, the thing that the brief was trying to reach. The flow state takes you past the brief exactly, and the thing is the thing that the brief could not teach. I've been in flow states in other studios, and everyone is slightly different, but the common element is the forgetting of the self that makes the flow state so significant. I am not managing the work right now, the work is managing itself through me. The jazz groove confirms the state I am in, and the flow state lets the music agree. I come out of it at the end of the third hour and find I have built more than I expected. The studio holds the flow state session, and the work is something I had not projected. The flow state closes as they always do, not with drama but with the word complete. I look at what the flow state gave the session, and I am grateful for the particular beat.
The cherry light through the Oyama window, the page half decided. The Oyama studio is particular to Tokyo. The precision of the Japanese afternoon meets the warmth of the jazz groove, and the session begins its particular tune. The light through the cherry trees is specific. I have been chasing this light for weeks. It confirms the palette decision that I needed, and the afternoon session opens and speaks. The acoustic guitar is considered and warm. The jazz brushes confirms the Japanese timing. I work through the page that was half decided, and the Tokyo afternoon keeps rhyming. Tokyo design is its own aesthetic position between the global and the specifically here. The Oyama studio holds both without contradiction, and the session is more beautiful for the clear division between what is Tokyo and what is mine, and what is the work that belongs to neither. I find the line between all three this afternoon, and the cherry light through the window is the breather. I complete the page that was half decided. The jazz groove closes the Tokyo session. The cherry light has moved across the wall exactly, and the afternoon confirms the progression. I leave the Oyama studio in the early evening. The Tokyo streets are beginning their own show. I the decided page back toward the morning, and the session gave me what I needed to know.
The current was wrong. I heard it before I saw it. The tight wall is the wall with all the specimens pinned in the order that the eye demands. I stand before it for 10 minutes every morning and let the type speak before my understanding. The current was wrong, which I felt before I saw it. The eye knows something the mind is not processed. I corrected it and stood back one more time and felt the type wall do its specific best. The piano walks its upright, steady changes. The bass confirms the rhythm of the reading. I move across the type wall, specimen by specimen, and do the work the type wall is completing. Type wall is completing. Typography is the discipline of spacing, and spacing is the discipline of the eye. The eye, trained over years of looking, distinguishes the current that is and is not right. I have been training my eye since the beginning, and the type wall is where the training sits. The specimens pinned in the order of the training, in the session where the training finally fits. The brush drums hold the rhythm of the reading. The piano marks the decisions as they come. I move from specimen to specimen, deciding, and the type wall delivers the sum. The current, the leading, the tracking, and the weight, the type decisions that constitute the voice. The type wall holds the entire decision field, and I stand before it making every choice. Not quickly, but with the patience the type requires. The eye moving slower than the mind. The type wall is the slowest working session, and also the one where the best decisions find. The type wall session closes with the decisions made. The piano holds its final upright note. I mark the specimens and step back satisfied, and the type wall holds exactly what I wrote.
Out there, Italian afternoon around the brick. In here, the problem, the table, the light. The Brera studio catches the Italian afternoon through windows that have not changed since the 50s. The amber comes in at the exact right angle, and the design problem is illuminated with it. Milan has always been serious about design, not the fashion design, the serious design, the kind that makes the object better, and the better is the Italian line. The piano and the guitar are expressive today. The Italian afternoon allows this exactly. The muted trumpet, very low, confirms that the session has its warmth and complexity. I work through the Milan afternoon problem with the amber light as the creative context. The Brera holds the history of Italian design, and I add my session to the text. Not literally, but in the sense that every session in a studio with that particular light is part of the conversation between the object and the designer who gets the weight right.
The trumpet marks the Italian afternoon energy. The piano responds with something expressive. I work through the problem with the amber light, and the session is impressively progressive. Milan in the afternoon is the reason to do design work in the tradition of things. Not because tradition is correct, but because what my land builds and brings is the understanding that the object matters, that it will be in the world after you, and it should be in the world with intention. And the Brera afternoon confirms this is true. The Italian amber closes with the afternoon. The Brera studio goes back to its evening light. I carry the Milan session home with intention, and the design problem has its Italian right.
Copenhagen morning is a particular morning, because Copenhagen morning knows what it is. The Scandinavian morning does not apologize for being gray and cold and precise in his and hers and theirs. The collective decision that function is the highest form of beauty. The Copenhagen studio confirms this every morning, and the designer knows the duty. The guitar opens the session clean and deliberate. The upright bass walks in when the time is right. I begin the Copenhagen version of the problem, and the Scandinavian morning gives its light. The Danish design tradition is the discipline of making things that work without showing off. The studio confirms this with its material choices, and the objects in it are exactly enough. Not more, which is the Nordic principle. Not less, which would be the negligent version. The Copenhagen morning holds the balance, exactly where the Nordic studios placed the immersion. I work through the session with the gray outside, confirming that the work must justify itself. Not by the weather and not by the view, but by the function it achieves itself. The Copenhagen morning delivers what it promised. The gray confirms the seriousness all day. I carry the Nordic principle home with me and apply it to whatever comes the next day's way. Somewhere in the second hour of research, the answer is in this book. The reference room has everything that design history put in print. The objects are in the museum next door, and the books hold what the objects hint at the thinking behind the object, the designer's argument in prose. I have been here since the morning opening, and I have not yet reached the end of those. The piano notes are sparse and well placed. The vinyl crackle holds the reading room air. I read the chapter that contains the answer and find it in the paragraph placed there. The design campus is the reason to come here specifically. The buildings around it and the reference room particularly. I have been to the campus before, but this is the first time in the reference room. And the reference room is where the design history gives the living design its room. The piano marks the discovery of the answer. The sparse note confirming what I found. The reference room delivered exactly what 2 hours of the serious search had found. Great design does not appear. It is the result of research into everything that came before it, and the argument the research makes for what should come next. The reference room holds the research, and I hold what the research gives. I close the final book with the answer mark. The reference room confirms the closing hour. I carry the discovery back to the studio. And add it to the design session's power.
What if the constraint is the thing that makes it work? The good brief is the one that constrains well, the one where the limits are the creative material. Not the limits that shut the thinking down, but the limits that make the solution ethereal. I have had bad briefs and good ones. The bad ones give too much room and no direction. The good ones give exactly the constraints that produce the unexpected right selection. The jazz groove confirms the good brief energy, alert and alive and moving forward clean. I respond to the brief with the first ideas, and the good brief makes the first ideas keen. The constraint is the thing that makes it work, because without constraint the form is arbitrary. With constraint the form is an argument about what the constraint makes necessary. I work through the brief response this session and find the constraint is generous after all. It points toward the solution it expects, and the solution is better for the call. The rose plays its expressive, warm voicings. The jazz brushes keeps the creative pace. I answer the good brief with the session's best, and the good brief confirms the creative space. The good brief is a gift from the client who knows what they need but not how to make it, and trusts the designer to find the form that the constraint and the need can negotiate. I take the good brief seriously because it was given seriously, and the session produces the response that the good brief asked for mysteriously. The good brief response is complete by the afternoon. The jazz groove closes the session warm. I send the response to the client with confidence, and the good brief has given the design its form.
The light table is lit from below, and everything on top of it is revealed. The layout that was working in the dark is different on the light table, clearly healed. Or not healed, exposed, which is the point. The light table shows what the desk does not. The alignment that is almost right reveals itself, and the column that was drifting shows the spot. The acoustic guitar is alert and detailed. The upright bass walks the working pace. I move the elements across the light table and find the layout finding its own place. The light table session is the detail session, where the overview becomes specific. The gut decision from the desk becomes the measured decision that is scientific. I have moved this element 3 times today, and each time the light table showed me why the third position is the right one finally. And the light table confirms it to the eye. The layout on the light table is settled now, the elements in their correct positions. I trace the final version onto the sheet and make the light table's decisions permanent in the way that design decisions become permanent when you commit. The jazz groove confirms the committing moment, and the layout is exactly it. The light table session closes with the tracing. The guitar finishes its jazz last phrase. I carry the traced layout to the studio wall, and the light table has confirmed the waves. The light table session is the proof session. Everything it reveals was already there. The light from underneath to make the layout's truth become clear.
The fog was still on the bay, the studio is already bright. The Bay Area fog is the design studio weather. It arrives in the morning and burns off by noon. And in the hours while the fog is on the water, the studio is the coolest and the most in tune. Cool-headed is what the fog makes you. The gray sky says be precise, be thorough. The fog does not allow for the approximate, it asks for the exact and wants it now. The piano plays its warm and clear voice sings. The drums brush their Bay Area morning pace. I work through the session in the fog-cleared clarity, and the studio holds the focused working space. By 11 the fog has lifted from the bay. The water goes from gray to Bay Area blue, and the studio catches a different light, the afternoon light that confirms you made it through. The morning fog gave me what the fog gives, the clear-headed and the thorough and the precise. And now the afternoon light holds the result of the fog morning work and its advice. The upright bass walks the afternoon version. The piano holds its warmer afternoon note. I work through the refinement of the fog session, and what the fog morning held I wrote. The San Francisco morning fog is the reason to be at the desk before it burns away. The clarity it leaves when it departs is the best thing the Bay Area gives the day.
I turned it over in my hands, studied it, set it down. The prototype review is the honest session where what you thought you built meets what you built. I turned it over in my hands and studied it, and the gap between the intention and the built was smaller than I feared and larger than I hoped, which is the usual finding of the review. The prototype is good in the parts that matter and honest about the parts that are not through. The roads is warm and consider this session. The double bass walks its review pace line. I go through the prototype element by element and mark the ones that need more time. The prototype review is not the critique in the sense of judgment and a verdict. It is the inventory of what exists and what the inventory says the work needed. I have 3 elements that need revision and 2 that are better than the plan, and 1 that is exactly what I intended, and that 1 carries the whole thing and can carry the revision too, which it does. The strong element holds the weak ones. The prototype review shows this clearly, and the double bass confirms the review runs. Reviewing your own prototype is the hardest session, because you want it to be finished when it is not, and you want it to be better than it is, and you want the gap to not exist, which it does, and not. But the prototype review is the integrity session, the one where you see clearly what is real, and the gap between intention and the object is exactly where the design work reveals. The prototype review session closes with the list. The rose holds its warm and considered close. I carry the review back to the revision, and the prototype holds what the session chose.